Before we throw this open to questions, I want to ask you one more question about the book and then one other question, which may be on everybody's mind. Anyway, what is the most important thing about your book that you want to impart to your children? Have you told them something about it, or are you letting them sort that out for themselves as each one of them reads it?
They've read the book. My youngest two have read the book. My oldest son, who lives in Vietnam, is reading it, and I know Jessica will read it. She got it quite recently. No, I don't want to sort of, I just want them to read it. And I said last night, when I said a few words, that I think it's important to know where you come from, and it's important for things to be open. I think it may be tempting to hide things, painful things, and there have been many painful things in my family, but I think in the end I don't think silence is good, and my hope is that it will be a foundation for my children to build their lives and their happiness. And I mean, on Frida, my ex-wife, she's from a family of survivors of the Holocaust. Her mother was in Poland during the war, hidden on a farm in Poland, and we explored this a lot when we were based in Berlin. And her mother's mother was killed in the camps, and all her family was wiped out. So, I mean, my children, the younger two, have a strong Jewish identity, and they know where they come from. They know who they are. And I think that's a very good thing. I had to work, I didn't quite know who I was.
Obviously, but the question, since you're currently a resident of Paris, is London. Oh, London, right? You were in Paris. What's your take on what's gone on in Paris with Je suis Charlie?
Well, I'm appalled. I mean, any journalist has...
Did you know those guys?
No, I didn't, not personally. But I've sat in many a news meeting as foreign editor, discussing what we're going to put in the paper the next day, and the idea of sitting there around a table, looking at tomorrow's content, tomorrow's cartoons or stories, and two guys burst in and just shoot everybody dead in the name of some heinous ideology that says it's drawn from Islam. Yeah, I'm appalled, I'm worried. I think Europe's pretty combustible right now, and it's dangerous, I'm troubled. There are a lot of factors. I was based in Germany for 3 years, from 98 to 2001. If you told me there'd be Germans in the streets chanting Jews are pigs, as there were during the Gaza war, I would have said, no way that's ever going to happen in Germany again. You've got large Jewish communities and large Muslim communities. The largest are in France, but also in Britain, in Germany, in Holland, Belgium. A depressed economy, generally, high unemployment, and failure, failure to integrate the Muslim communities, and plenty of failure on both sides, I'm sure, and Jews living with more and more fear. I mean, I read that during the summer that Jews were removing mezuzahs from their homes in Holland, and that made me feel so sick. And then, when I read that shops in the Rue des Rosiers in Paris, in the Marais, the sort of heart of Jewish Paris, had been advised to close. The historical echoes are more than evident. So I just hope there isn't another incident, because I think it's very, very volatile.